Hey, witches!
Hi, hello, welcome back.
It's another Fourth Wing episode.
Ooh, girl.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know why I did that, but
Another
it's
fourth
fine.
wing episode.
It's another Fourth Wing episode.
It's like a mix of
Um,
like New Jersey and like Wisconsin. That was fun.
was it?
No.
um,
Anyway,
Liam, chapter
uh,
21. I adore Liam.
he's so good.
Yes. So Liam is on the same chore duty as her. He's in her squad, all these things. Um, and we
Literally with her
learn
24/7.
basically his room has been moved to right next door to hers, um, and he's a big fucking flirt, right?
I love it. Like, not even like obviously I wouldn't do this, but like the shameless flirting, I enjoy
Yeah.
that. I think it's so fun.
And so he's flirting with Jacinia because they're at the library.
Oh, and she's blushing.
Yeah. But it's kind of a testament to the kind of person that Jacinia is too, because most people, when they see his rebellion relic, like ignore him or treat him like shit, and she doesn't. Like,
Yeah, she like treats him as a person, and I really like that because like there is a segregation happening here, and
uh huh,
I love it that she's like down with the segregation hashtag queen.
right.
She's like, I don't
And
fuck with
then
that.
we find out about Liam's history and his family, and um, it's fucked up. Like,
It really is.
so
Like
all of
he's
the
so strong.
yeah, all of the people that were part of the rebellion were murdered. They say executed, but it comes to the same thing.
Hmm.
Um, and their children were forced to watch, which is so beyond fucked up that I don't
Like
even know.
if you're going to like murder their parents for treason, that's one thing, but making their children watch is a whole other ballpark of ethics.
Right, because I feel like we over and over and over again say, see, we are not our parents.
Yeah.
But in this, like, it almost would have been more merciful to execute them with their parents than
Hmm.
to force them to watch the executions, then mark them with a rebellion relic, and
Right.
make them conscripted into the Riders Quadrant automatically. They don't have a choice.
Well, and she found out too that it's not just the leaders, it's everyone that supported them. So like
Yes.
the littlest of amount of support, like your children are forever here. And like the youngest, so Zayden's the oldest out of what did they say? 160 something?
Yeah, something like that.
Um so out of oh, here it is.
107.
Yeah. Um
The
yes, and he's
oldest
like
is Zayden, and the youngest is almost 6 now.
yeah, and then she's like, "Wait, what? Is she marked?" And he goes, "Yeah, she was born with it."
Yeah. Fucked up.
And she's like, "What the fucking hell?"
Yeah. It's fucked up. And
Yeah. And nobody
yeah.
should go through that. I don't care how old you
No.
are. I don't care if you never knew your parents. No, absolutely not.
No. It's fucked. Um yeah, and so we learn a little bit about um
Zayden's
like
past.
yeah, like why Liam feels he owes Zayden. Um
I can see it.
Then on page 256, um, there we've got Taryn, and he's just grumpy, and they're like,
I mean, always.
um, she says Liam is like, so Taryn hasn't channeled to you either, right? And she's like, I think he has commitment issues, and he says, I heard that, and then she's like, then stay out of my head, and then he like lets his hunger through the bond, and so it like makes her stomach hurt. And she's like, don't be an ass. And I just fucking love their dynamic.
Right? It's very brotherly, sister
Yeah.
kind. Even though it's like, I don't know. It's the
He's
dynamic is
ancient
funny.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Um
We also what is it? So we're learning a little bit more about, I guess, kind of everyone in like the situation that she's in, because she's like, it's not like I don't like Liam, like I do. I'm pissed off at what Zayden's making him do.
yeah.
And like they're in their dragon class, and Zayden walks in and she feels her like scalp prickle, which I wonder if it's like the scalp prickling thing, is it like his shadows or something, or like is it just like an intuition thing that she has? Like I like, now I would say maybe it has something to do with her like bond with Taryn and like Taryn's mate, who is Zayden's dragon, but it all happened before threshing, so then I was like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things like when you feel someone's energy enter a room. Like
Like a sixth sense kind of thing.
I yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because she's like, I know he's in here, I'm not turning around. And Liam goes, Rierson just got here. And she goes, figured. And then she's just like, raise up the middle finger.
Yes.
But she didn't turn towards him, she just faced forward. And Liam is laughing and goes, now he's glaring. Tell me, is it fun pissing off the most powerful rider in the quadrant? And she's like, you could try it out yourself and find out.
I love it.
And he's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a no for me.
And then so on page 259, they're still having this like banter in their class. And she's like, you are a shameless flirt, because he's like, she says something, it's like, it's not like Liam here sleeping in my bedroom. And he's like, I mean, I'm not opposed. And like, then on the next page, she's like, oh, I mean, so she's like talking about she'll run any potential liaisons by him, like
Yeah.
talking about sexual partners. And Rhiannon's like, I mean, you could watch just to be sure she's fully covered, so no one sticks it to her. And then Redoc is like, oh, are we telling dick jokes now? Because my entire life has led up to this very moment. And I just fucking love them.
Well, and then Liam drops like a truth bomb. And side note before I go on to that, because that's going to bring up a whole nother discussion. I like Liam. Liam reminds me so much of Riddick. Makes me, and I'm like back and forth, like, oh my god, if Liam's getting more into the picture here, does that mean Riddick's gonna die? Because like, it's not very often that you have two comedic reliefs in like the same story. And then I was like, oh no, we're like starting to fall in love with Liam. Does that mean the writer or like the author's gonna kill him off somehow?
I don't know.
Your face just, I feel like, just gave it away. Your eyes got big, and then you were like trying to do something with your lips so that you like wouldn't say anything out loud, and I feel like that was like a nervous, like, you right.
You'll see.
You fuck you.
And then I feel like somewhere, oh yeah, at the bottom of page 259, she drops her quill.
Oh my god. This was
And
wonderful.
before she can even lean over, the shadows beneath her desk lift the quill up, and she like grabs it out. So he like hands her quill bag, and she turns around and looks at him, and he's like acting like he's not even paying attention, except like obviously he is. And I'm just like, oh.
Well, and she also just found out too that he warded her door.
Yeah, so like nobody can sneak into her room
Yeah.
to kill her
Because
again.
Liam's like, well, you're protected at night now. And she goes, excuse
Is
me?
he making you sleep in the hallway?
Yeah. And he's like, no, he warded your door. He didn't tell you. And she's like, no, he didn't.
No, he fucking didn't. Yeah.
And then she's like, but if he's the one who warded it, then he can get in too, right? Well, yeah, but it's not like Rierson's gonna kill you. Right. You see, I'm still adjusting to that little change of heart. I'm
And
like,
then,
yeah,
okay,
honestly.
so backtracking just a little bit, when they were at the library, there was a scroll that was for Professor Markham, and
Oh
it
my
fell
god,
off
yeah.
the top, and Violet like accidentally read it, or accidentally on purpose read it.
I
And
feel
it
like
was
somebody who was going to the scribe quadrant, I feel like it's just second nature to do it.
right, you just like read. But so it talked about an attack on one of the border villages in the mountains, right? On the southern border, I think. Um but then so she's like ready to hear about it in battle brief, and he's like, there's no news. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, what else aren't they telling you, Vi? Get your shit together.
They're not telling you that Zayden's giving Zaddy vibes.
She doesn't need anybody to tell her that.
Well, apparently Adeline did. 'Cause she's fucking stupid, but you know.
Okay, but to be fair, he kind of raped her with a gun, so
And stalked her like a creep.
yeah.
I'm so obsessed with you. You could be
That
obsessed and not follow me.
that one was kind of different. But that
But
was chapter 21.
I mean, in the I'm talking about Zaddy vibes because of what like the way he like is protecting her from like the sidelines, but like not being up
Without
front.
telling
And
her
then
necessarily, yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing. But anyways, yes, chapter
22.
21, 2. Yes, 2.
So they're having some banter, and Violet's kind of being a dick to Xaden, and Rhiannon is like her eyes flare, and Liam shakes his head, and she's like, Violet's like, what? She's like, what? The way you talk to him. And she's like, what's he gonna do, kill me? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, it is. I mean, I guess it is
Wait,
what
what
it
page
is.
is that?
265.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, where are we? I'm in the vicinity, just not there.
And then at the bottom, she's like, you would be mad if somebody took your freedom away, if you had somebody guarding you every minute of the day. And she's like, yeah, I would. And I'm mad on your behalf, but let's put that anger to use. Like, we're training. Let's use that anger to train harder. And I'm like, she's not wrong, Violet. Like, you still got to do what you got to do, regardless of what he's doing to/for you.
And it's not like you're with somebody who fucking hates your guts. Like it's Liam. Liam actually
Right. And
is
she says
trying to
that.
join you. Yeah. And then Liam's like, appreciate that.
Yeah. Like,
Thanks,
at
man.
least Liam doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, you could be with somebody like Jack Barlow, like attitude wise, not necessarily wanting to kill you, but like attitude wise, you could have that.
Yeah.
Count your blessings, girl. You ain't got a lot in this place.
Speaking of blessings, on top of page 266, Xaden and Garrett come in to spar.
But they shirtless.
They take off their shirts and they're sparring, and everyone in the room is hypnotized by this.
including Rhiannon, and it's great because she's like, "Huh, we need to watch this for scientific
Yeah.
research." And she's like, "That is." Vi goes, "It sure is."
Yeah, and so she's like thinking she's watching them fight and she's like looking at his body and just objectifying him disgustingly. And
Yeah.
she's like, and I know exactly how that body feels on top of mine, just how much power. And then Rhiannon hits her with the staff because she's not paying attention. And Taryn's like, serves you right. I'm just like, imagine having this grumpy grandpa in your head all the time and you're having like sexual fantasies about this person. And then this grumpy grandpa in your head is like, meh.
I love it too because the grumpy grandpa is mated with his dragon.
Yeah,
So
right?
he could literally be showing Sigale everything.
Right?
Look what this bitch is doing now. She's shameless.
Yes. And then
Oh my god. Jack's in there
Jack.
too. Yeah, Jack's in there fucking fighting. And I love this. I love this because Jack's kind of starting to go towards Violet, and Liam stands up and gets in the way, and he's like, "I'm not going to attack your little charge, not when I can just challenge her in a couple of weeks and accidentally snap her scrawny neck in front of the audience. Tell me though, are you getting tired of playing the nursemaid, aren't you? Get that noxious shit away from me. Do you want me to end up in the infirmary?" When somebody put an orange in his face, and I was like, "You done fucked up. You
Yep.
done fucked up, bruh."
You shouldn't have said that in front of Violet.
Right? And then like they're kind of going back and forth. And Zayden kind of gets in the way, and Jack goes, "She's only alive because of you." And Jack is like, "We could settle this now if you're done hiding behind the big strong men." And like basically like all the people came, so like Garrick was kind of stepping in front, like Rhiannon, everybody was like kind of stepping in front of everybody. um because it's like Garrick and his
I just
hulking
read what
form
I
to my left.
highlighted.
Oh. And then he's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." And she's like just pissed. She's like done. And she's like, "You ran. You that day in the field, you fucking ran when it was 3-on-1, and we both know when it comes down to it, you'll run again. That's what cowards do." And I'm like, "Kick him where it hurts. Kick him in his
Oh, for
family
fuck's
jewels."
sake, Violet. That's what I highlighted. Dane. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Violet.
Dang, go away. Like, fuck you.
And then Zayden's like, she not wrong. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Get the fuck out of
fuck
here,
off,
bro.
Dane.
But at least Zayden keeps it like truthful. Like,
Yeah.
he's the 100% she needs in her life. She's
Well, and
not wrong.
also, like, honestly, it is, while in some cases it may not be smart to provoke your attacker, in this case, Jack is coming for her. He's
Yeah,
coming for
like
her.
he's provoking her.
So provoking him and making him more angry and making him more worked up and emotional is more likely to make him make a mistake.
Like,
So
she
like
didn't do anything to him. She was just standing there in
existing.
front of him. Yeah. And he was like, "I'm gonna murder you," because he's fucking
Yeah.
psychotic.
Yeah. Like came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. No. Fuck him.
Um
But what is it?
yeah.
Oh, then Dane. Dane comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "Oh, now you want to fucking talk to me." Oh, not Dane. Sorry, Zayden. Zayden comes out of nowhere, and Zayden hasn't really talked to her because like he's got all his charges on her. He knows everything because like they're telling him everything, but like she hasn't personally had a conversation with him in a while. And he's like pissed off and yelling and
Because she's not wearing her dragon scale
armor.
armor.
Yeah. And he's just like, "You know I can't kill you. Fuck Soren Gale. Like the whole quadrant knows I can't kill you."
Yeah.
And I think it's, I mean, I don't know. I feel and I don't obviously know a lot about what's going on, and I know like the relationship that he has with a lot of people, including General Sorengale, is uh tight. Is the thin line between them is quite taut.
Yeah.
Um, but he I don't understand his motive from like the get go, saying like I cannot wait to kill you. It's like you said that all along, but then every single time you were like with her, like one on one with her, like you never actually acted upon anything. You have never actually said anything about why. Like you were acting like Jack Barlow without being Jack Barlow. Like you were just shoving that threat out there for no reason other than who she was as a person. But every time he like talks about it, like he doesn't blame anybody for it.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like, oh, I want to kill her because of her mother. Like he doesn't say
He
anything
never
along those.
says that.
Yeah, like
Everyone
he
else
doesn't.
says it, but he has never said that.
Yeah, and I'm like, then why do you want? Like, why did you say like you want to kill her from like forever ago? Like, what the fuck, bro? Anyways,
Yeah, I think he was just keeping up a persona.
probably he probably like, damn, that girl cute, the silver one.
uh but through
Oh,
all of this whole encounter, Violet kind of like keeps her cool and holds her controls her temper. And so at the bottom of
she's
page
growing.
270, um Taryn says, "You held your own and controlled your temper." And Andarna goes, "She's ready." And he goes, "She's ready." Um, and
And I
then
was like,
she goes,
oh yeah,
yeah. Then she goes back to her room and um,
falls asleep blessedly.
she, no, she's like taking a shower or she's brushing her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Fuck, I really need to get laid. Like, fuck, what the hell?" And then,
Oh, I thought she like passed out. Sorry.
no. And then she, starts channeling.
Poor girl gets the one night Elijah gets
Yeah,
company.
she starts channeling, and then all of a sudden she is super horny.
Yeah. And I
because
feel like go ahead.
because Taryn and Scale are somewhere doing the nasty.
I think it's funny because it's I'm not gonna lie, I knew chaos was behind you, but he blended in so well that when he moved again, I was like, where the fuck did he go? But I was like, all of this is happening. Obviously, Zayden's gonna know what's happening too. Like, I wonder if he's gonna like seek her out.
Mm,
I mean,
nope.
that's obviously not the case, but that's what I was thinking. But
Yeah, no, he does not.
no. But so she finds him. He's smoking something, and apparently it's something that kind of helps like stop the channeling, like numbs you in a way. It's probably like weed.
Yeah,
Um what do they call it? Churum?
Churum.
Yeah, churum. And it's so weird because like as soon as she opens up the door, it's Liam like right there. And she's like, I need to get laid, but you're not who I want.
Yeah,
And
and
um she like seeks him out. She finds him, I guess, smoking churum, whatever the fuck that is. And it's so funny because he's like, you want some? Unless you're here to continue our earlier argument, in which case, none for you.
right.
It's like, bro, he just started channeling, or she just started channeling, and now she's gonna feel all these things. Like, let her smoke some.
She doesn't want any anyway because she's a rule follower.
Hi,
But
Dane.
at the bottom of the next page, he's like, "Oh, Violence, you're gonna have to learn to shield against Taryn, or his escapades with Scale will drive you mad or into someone's bed." And then she's like, "Oh, I know. I'm horrified to see Liam again." And then he goes, "Liam? Why? Where the hell is your bodyguard?" And she's like, "He's in bed." And he goes, "Your bed?" And I'm like, would that be a problem, Zayden?
Not that it
If he
should
was
matter.
in her bed? Like, is there an issue for you there, Daddy?
Yeah. And, and she's like, he's kind of jealous. That's oddly comforting. And he
Yeah.
goes, it doesn't matter to me as long as you're both consenting. And trust me, you're in no condition to consent. And she's like, that's fucking rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
but then he gives her like a brief
like a
channeling.
crash course
Yeah.
in shielding. And of course, her like place in her mind is the archives.
Yeah.
And she like locks the door to the archives to block out Taryn. Um, and then she says the phrase, "I'll climb him like a tree," like 4 or 5 times, and I don't know why I find that so fucking funny,
I know.
but I
Whenever I hear
do.
that, I'm just like,
What? Like I'm imagining like a monkey climbing up a person,
yeah.
like
Or
a
like a
little bitty
koala, like
monkey,
just
yeah, or like
grabbing.
a
Yeah.
squirrel,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just like, how is that anyone like how is that endearing to anybody? Like, she wants to climb me like a tree. What?
Yeah, excuse me.
There's a lot of better terms that you could use for like suggesting all of that, but climbing like a tree is not one of them.
Yes, and then this dialogue happens on page
Oh,
278.
oh, oh, listen. Hold on.
Damn it.
Okay, listen. There was a part where he said, um, what is it? What is it? What is it? Fuck. There was like a moment. Oh, because I'm on the wrong page. No wonder I can find it. um. Oh, fuck. Where is it? I don't know. He basically made a comment about Oh, there it is. She's like, it requires touching me, and he goes, not at all. Just one of the person not thinking too clearly. You have incredibly touchable skin, and I'm like,
Yeah.
blush, like shy face, like, oh yeah, she does.
Yes, and then
You
that
don't
leads right
say.
into what I was about to say. On the next page, at page 278, he's like, this is the dialogue. I'm just going to say what they're saying. He goes, "Damn it, touching you was a bad idea. The worst. Kissing you would be a
Oh,
cataclysmic mistake. Calamitous. We'll both regret it. Naturally. Fuck it." Yay!
I love that
Finally.
dialogue where they're just both like, yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible idea.
But like,
And you just imagine like they're just getting closer as they're saying all this.
like, what's the uh Anastasia, the Fox movie, when like right after she like stomps on Rasputin's vial, they're like talking and getting like their voices are getting like lower because they're getting closer and closer, and then they go in for the kiss, and then the dog barks, and they're like, oh.
But there's no dog in this. And
No,
this one they
that's what I was thinking. I was like, ever so slowly.
yeah.
And then they full on make out, and let me tell you, so much happened in such a short amount of time. I didn't have much to say. I was just like, huh?
Uh-huh.
Because
And
it went
and they're
from,
both like, this isn't your want, this is the dragon's.
oh,
I
it's
call
definitely her
bullshit.
want.
Yeah, I
It's
call
definitely his
bullshit.
want too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not think it's that, and that might be like a defense for like the situation at hand.
Yeah.
It's definitely hers, and he's acting like it's his too, but whatever.
Yeah.
But like, they literally go from making out, like, to he reaches down, picks her up, and like pushes her up against the wall, and he's just holding her there, and then not that he like grinds on her, but like she can like feel him press into her, and she's like, oh. She's like, I need more.
Yeah. And
And
then
she's
it
like, I don't care,
abruptly
we could do it.
stops.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care, we could do it in front of everyone. And then all of a sudden
Right.
he just backs off, and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like,
He
whoa,
drops
whoa, whoa,
her,
come back, come back.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, and then they basically go back to their rooms, and
Yeah.
that's the end of chapter 22.
Dun dun dun.
Then on chapter 23,
Listen. It's a few chapters in. Sorry. Or a few pages in. Go ahead.
we learned what Rhiannon's signet is. She can summon things like to her. And that would be a really cool.
Akio.
Yeah, basically. It would be a cool one to have. It wouldn't be super useful in battle necessarily.
Did you know you could do that with your iPhone?
What?
Like, watch this. Hey Siri, Akio messages. Oh, it needs to be unlocked first. No, don't read that out loud. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. Hey Siri, Akio Facebook.
I did not. I did know that you could do like Lumos and Nox.
Yeah, you could do Akio.
But yeah.
You could apparently do it with messages, but like the way you I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. It's probably yeah. Anyway, so you could do it with your phone. But anyways, I think that would be fun. I'd be the laziest son of a bitch ever.
Uh-huh.
But it'd be great. Akio sandwich.
Right.
Akio remote. Akio contact case.
I'd be sitting in the middle of a pile of crap.
Akio everything.
Yeah. And then, you know.
Yo, think about hold up. What if we could like Wingardium Leviosa and Akio like laundry?
Bro, I hate laundry.
I hate putting shit away.
I hate folding it. So yeah, that's basically the same.
But like Akio hanger. Wingardium Leviosa back.
Right? That would be the only disadvantage to summoning, I guess, is that you can't also send it away. So like eventually you're gonna be sitting in the middle of just like a mountain of stuff
that you have to clean up later on.
Yeah.
That you're what is it? You're seasonally depressed.
Yeah.
To get rid of, and you can't do it because you're anxious, but you need to get rid of it because you're anxious.
So then I just sleep instead. Yeah, that sounds like my life.
Mental health at its finest. American mental health at its finest. Let's be real.
Yeah. So then they're heading to class, right?
Oh my god. Yes. Fucking Dane.
Fucking Dane. Yes, absolutely. He says, Vi, can we talk? No.
And here's the thing. Like, it's really frustrating because like they're staring at each other, like there's obviously tension from the night before. Like she wants to talk about it, he doesn't want to talk about it, like all this bullshit. And all of a sudden Dane comes in and I'm like, can you go away? My slow burn is currently burning and you are fucking ruining it.
Yes. And he's like, Vi, can we talk?
No, fuck you.
Yeah, I said no. She says now. And she's like, it might be convenient for you. Yeah. It might be convenient for you to want to talk after weeks of ignoring me, but I have class right now. And he like basically begs her. So she's like, what? And then at the bottom of page 285, she's like, I didn't believe you. I should have believed you, but I didn't reconcile the person I knew with what you were saying. I had to hear about it in formation, and my best friend had been viciously attacked, and you still didn't say a word about it. And she says, you didn't ask. You reached for my head like you were entitled to my memory after blatantly telling me you didn't believe me, and you demanded I show you. And he goes,
girl, get his ass.
I didn't ask. No, you didn't ask, bitch. Fuck you. You came at her like a fucking psycho, trying to touch her without her fucking permission. Ooh, just no. Listen, Dane.
I bet
fuck
you
right off.
Bro, I bet you there's like rapists when they stand trial or like whatever. They're like,
I didn't
I
ask.
I asked her. No, you didn't. I
No,
didn't.
you
I
didn't.
thought I did. Like you said
Fuck
yes in
you.
your fucking brain.
Fuck you. I just can't. I want Taryn to eat him so bad I can't
Oh my
even
god, yeah.
function.
And I love that she's just like, you've told me countless times that I'm not strong enough for this place. And like, but like look what I can do. And she's like, and the worst part is that I knew you wouldn't believe me. It's why I almost didn't tell Zayden who it was, because I was sure he wouldn't believe me either. But he did, and he was the one who killed him in your bedroom. Because
Because
I
Taryn
have,
told Scale, right, like, because we're attached through our dragons, like,
it's not like I called out to him and like,
right,
please.
it's not like he was already in my bed and that's why he was there. Like, fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it really just pisses me off where he's like, you have every reason to hate him. And she's like, yeah, I know that
I
too, but
fucking
like,
know. But
and
really, does she? Like,
right, it's
he
he
didn't
didn't,
do it.
yeah, he didn't kill Brennan. He literally is just the son of somebody who believed to do this.
Yeah, it
I like,
wasn't him.
do we know that he explicitly had like a say in the matter and what happened? No,
He was
we
a
don't know that.
child. Like,
Yeah, he was what, 15, 13
yeah,
when all
something
of
like
this
that.
happened? Yes,
Yeah,
because he can sit there and make adult decisions.
right. He was a fucking
Yes, I
child.
believe in this rebellion. Listen, as
And
a
then
fucking
on
no.
the flip side of that, yes, maybe his dad killed your brother, but your mom killed his parents. Like,
Yeah, like you guys are
and all of
even.
his friends' parents. Like, yeah, like you didn't do that to him, so why would you blame him for what his parent did? That's dumb.
I feel like we see that too, like here in a little bit. Like I think she sees that like I can't
Yeah.
be upset with him because of these reasons.
Yeah.
But um uh
Then
I don't know. It's he pisses me off.
me too. But then basically they go to that class, yada yada yada. Um, she still hasn't got her signet, and then it is time for Jack to challenge her.
Yeah, she snuck out too to find out and she didn't tell anybody. Which
Yeah.
here's the thing, if she snuck out to see it and it's in plain sight, why doesn't nobody else know? Like why isn't he like watching that?
I don't think it's in plain sight. I think she had to like sneak into where it is.
Oh.
And she only knows it's there because of Brennan's journal thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But she does end up telling Liam, who, by the way, his signet has manifested, but he's pretending it hasn't, and he has like far sight, like vision, like supervision.
He's got eagle
Um,
eyes.
but he's pretending like it hasn't, so he can continue to be in all the same classes as Violet, which is kind of funny. um, but she tells him and makes him promise that he can't tell Xaden because he can't like Xaden can't always protect her. She has to do some things on her own. And there's nothing that Xaden can do anyway. And right before the fight, she finally tells him he can break his promise to go get Xaden.
Because she knows she's like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. But she's like, fuck this guy. Like, um,
At
and
least
I'm
she
just
had a
like,
plan.
fucking kill him, Violet. Fucking kill him. So Taryn is in her head, like telling her what to do. And she's not doing horribly. She's not doing great, but she's not doing horribly. But he starts cheating. Um,
Yeah, he threw a knife at her.
which is not allowed because it could miss and go onto another
And she like blocked it with
mat.
her hand and it went straight into her arm.
Yeah. So he's cheating. Um, And then she gets him basically to where he should tap out. And he's like, I'm not doing that. And he throws the knife. That's when he throws the knife. Um, and then he starts using his powers.
Bitch. Because he
Um,
can't beat her.
right.
He's
Because
gotta.
he can't win normal, like with just his merit. So he starts using his powers, which is also against the rules. So she
Wonder what his powers
puts
are.
orange juice in his mouth. I think it's like uh I guess I don't know.
Because it
Like it
just
pain?
describes. Yeah, Crucio. It literally
Right, like
just.
torture basically. Torture touch.
Yeah. It it's like an internal force, she says.
He's forcing more
It's
and
like
more
he's
power into my body.
shocking me with 1,000 stings of a vibrating energy.
Yeah.
So like I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. But Radek yells like he's using his powers and like this is her last chance to survive, so she shoves it at him. And he's very, very allergic to oranges.
But Violet, being Violet, tells Redoc before she passes out that he's allergic to oranges. So he is saved again.
Damn.
In chapter 24. So we're in the like what hospital wing or infirmary or whatever you want to call it.
Oh my god, yeah. And Zayden's like gorgeous. Like staring at her.
Yes. And at the end of this little blurb, like the first little section before the paragraph break on 298, he's like, apparently, I can't trust Liam to report deadly situations or Rhiannon to train you on the mat, seeing how easily Barlow had you pinned. So as of this moment, I'm taking over. Taking over what? Everything when it comes to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Zayden. Like, oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah, yes,
You're gonna
sir.
handle are you gonna handle her now?
Like,
Are we gonna
okay.
get another scene? Are
And
we gonna
then,
go
like,
further?
they are sparring, and he has had these new daggers made that are more suited to her fighting style and her strength. They're lighter and they're shaped differently. So he's having her disarm him basically so she can take these daggers. Because you're only allowed to have weapons that you earn. And
And
through this
he made them
whole,
special for her.
he did. But during this whole sparring situation, she has so much brat energy, and I'm using brat energy in the dark romance dom sub way
Yes,
that
yes, she
I
does.
can't even. And I, it cracks me up. Like,
It's great. I love it.
yeah, it's funny. I just like it. So they spar, and it's very tense.
Yeah, because all of this is happening literally in front of fucking everyone.
Right. Like they're on the mat in the fucking sparring room with other people. It's like,
And their banter is just so good. Like, I just love banter. It makes my toes curl. I love it.
yes. Then he's taking her out of class, which Dane tries to be like, no, she needs to go to class. Shut up, Dane.
Fuck you. Oh,
Um,
I heard myself echo.
and
That
then
was
they're
so powerful.
going to fly, right? Isn't that what they're doing? They're going to the dragons basically, and then they run into her mother.
Oh, I was
Fucking
like, what?
bitch.
Oh my god, yes.
Fucking bitch.
What
Like,
a fucking, asshole. Like, they're literally going to train. to get her stronger, to get her better, to do all of this, to do all of that. And we see Dane's dad, which is kind of a welcome sight. I mean, that's kind of like home, right? He's
Right.
nice. All of a sudden, General Sorrengail comes out of nowhere, and it's like, this cunt.
Yeah, she's just a fucking bitch about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and we're hoping that you might ask your dragon to allow us to study her. Talking about Andarna. The fuck no.
Absolutely not. She is not
Absolutely
a
fucking
rat.
not.
You're not going to take her and study her like as if she's a lab rat. Fuck you.
Yeah, just this whole interaction is so shitty. Like, her mom is just a bitch.
Yeah.
And
And Zayden's like, I always felt that we resolved any of those questions years ago.
right, like I feel like he has more than proven himself over and over and over, and you continue to punish him for his parents' crimes.
Yeah. And then
Like,
instead of like acknowledging him like appropriately, she treats him like dirt and goes, do see if you can master some kind of signet, Cadet Sorrengail. You have a legacy to live up to. And then she just like, yes, and then walks away. And I'm like, no
what a
wonder she
fucking
liked her
bitch.
father better. You are a
Right.
cunt.
You forced her to be here, and now you're mad that she's not living up to your expectations? Like, bitch, her dragon is stronger than you. Oh, by the way, she's got two. Like,
Yeah. Give
fuck you.
okay, like she's just like Dane. Like I'm over both of them.
Yes, they both fucking suck.
And I wonder
Um,
too if like the reason why she uses like she still is pissed off at Xaden because of what her father did or his father did to Brennan. Like she's like maybe Brennan was the favorite. Probably. Chaos. You were causing chaos in the background.
yeah, that's my altar. So if he could not sit his ass on it, that'd be awesome.
He's just showing a little booty to the deities. He's just like, here you go. Have a little bit of my fur booty. Lily does not like getting up on my altar. Like as soon as she gets up there, she just is like, no. And she doesn't get up there. Like I put her up there, and she just jumps down immediately. And I'm like,
I
that's right,
find
Satan.
whiskers on my altar all the fucking time.
Savage.
Yeah.
Every single time Lily like kind of steps away from my altar, I'm like, that's right, Satan, get away. Lilith. But anyways, yeah, I kind of wonder if Brennan's like the favorite and he's the last remnant of the killer who
Yeah. He reminds her.
yeah, so like maybe that's why. I mean, that doesn't make it better, but it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Oh my god, the next page is my favorite.
This last page, they're like one little
Yeah,
happy family. I
I
love
know.
it.
And
We're all
she gets
flying
so
today.
excited. Yeah, she
We're
gets so
all
excited she
learning
sees
today.
Indarna. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "You need to learn how to stay on, and I need to learn how the hell it's so hard. Why the hell it's so hard for you? And Darna needs to learn how to keep up. Tara needs to learn how to share a space on a tighter flight formation, and every other dragon but Segale is too scared to fly closer." And then Taryn's like, and she goes, "What is Segale learning?" She's been leading for almost 3 years now. She's going to have to learn how to follow, or at least practice. And I'm like, oh, everyone's getting lessons today. I love learning.
Yeah. I just love
It's
that.
so funny.
That page there is so cute and one big happy family.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love it.
It is.
But all right. Well, that is it for this episode. So until next time.
Bye.